This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom?
Yeah.
I'm very, very hungry.
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
Yeah,
I'm not placing the blame on you.
Nothing I can do about that.
When it comes down to it,
Mm-hmm.
Being that I am a 34-year-old man,
Yeah.
my responsibility to make sure that I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
You know what? When people complain about things like
Being hungry?
I'm hungry or I'm tired, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? You should be embarrassed. Get your stuff together, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Right?
Tim, you're becoming a very responsible man in 2017. You're not blaming anybody for your problems, but you.
Yeah, I'm not making responsible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm owning the fact that it's my fault. I'm irresponsible and full of shame.
So everyone should expect no more complaining out of you. Anything that's a problem, that's your fault.
No, that's not true.
Well, anything personal, any way you feel.
No, because I can external factors frequently, like anything that I should have worked on to prevent my fault.
Right.
The subway being late, I'm not going to be like, oh, if only
maybe
I left my house earlier. No. Screw you, MTA.
Oh, okay.
Run
so
more trains.
There's a floor on how
Yeah,
much responsibility you'll assume.
Well, because it's a reasonable amount. How are you this week, Tom?
Tim, I'm good.
Are you hungry?
No, I'm not hungry at all. Well, I'm a little hungry. I'm always a little hungry, but I had a pretty good sandwich before I came here. So,
Do you want me to get into my personal responsibility kick? Oh, happy 2017, by the way, Tom.
oh, thank you. Happy 2017 to you. I like peppercorn dressing on sandwiches.
Okay. I don't know
case
what
you were
peppercorn.
wondering.
Peppercorn is just pepper, right?
Yeah, it's pepper, but not ground up. But then there's like a peppercorn.
But it's gotta
sauce.
be because it's not chunk. It's not like little.
No,
round
it's a little.
balls.
Yeah, it is. The peppercorns. Yeah,
kidding?
peppercorns. Are, what do you mean? What am I kidding?
In the
you?
dressing.
Yeah, you've never had like a peppercorn ranch?
Well, I thought I had, but apparently,
Yeah, it's got the little peppercorns in it.
how little? Like a ball bearing, or
Not like a ball bearing, and by comparing it to a ball bearing, you're implying that it's that hard. It is not very hard. They're very soft.
That's absurd that you thought that was what I was implying.
No, it's you're just kind of like tainting the pool by
No, all right. What should I have said to as an accurate, analogous, spherical size? Spherical.
You know what size they are. You know what
size.
you know what I could tell you that they
What?
are the size of a round, mind you, nerd candy.
How often do you get a round nerd candy, though?
It's rare, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what
Because
you're
they kind of stink. You don't want the round ones. You want the big bulbous guys.
I was never wild about nerds.
Well, takes one to know one.
That doesn't apply here.
They're good. Good candy.
All right. Well,
Can't recommend them highly enough.
so nerds, peppercorn dressing
Yeah.
on a sandwich,
Yeah.
and not being hungry.
Yeah. Maybe maybe I'll start a new fad diet for 2017. Like, hey, you can only eat things that are this size. Nerds, peppercorns,
Ball bearings,
no, not ball bearings.
BBs.
Small peas.
That had to be a pretty small pea, Tom.
Well, look, Tim, that's up to you. I mean, it's not up to you. I would not recommend peas because it's going to be tough to find that many small ones.
It's true, Tom. This is a perfect segue
Yes.
to something that I wanted to talk about. Fake meat.
Okay. What about it?
I ate a lot of it yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It was made from pea protein. I read
Pee-pee?
No, good one, Tom. Pea protein.
Pee-pee. Pee-pee protein.
Protein
Made of
derived
urine.
from urine. Yes.
Okay.
But But it was one of these things. We talked about this because we've been reading articles.
Oh, we've been reading articles like you wouldn't believe.
No, but
people.
we've been sharing articles back and forth about this
long reads.
Yeah,
Tim. They're
long
called
reads.
long reads nowadays.
This fake meat that they engineered to taste like real meat.
Right.
Like you eat a veggie
Well,
burger.
but I mean that's always kind of the aim. Well, not with
no, it's
veggie
not.
burgers
No, it's not.
necessarily.
Tom, here's okay. I'm gonna lay it all out there.
All right.
This might be controversial. Mm-hmm. I don't want to step on any toes here.
Okay.
I feel like we're doing beat poetry. I think somebody's like playing bongos. And,
Yeah. I thought that was you.
no, it's just you know what happens, Tom?
What?
New York City. Sometimes there's going to be a bongo player playing along with you.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It makes it poetry. It's legally poetry now. We can legally tag this as poetry on iTunes.
Okay, good.
And the ghost of Steve Jobs won't even haunt us.
Well, and we'll, talk about an increase in downloads. How many people are searching iTunes for poetry every week?
Exactly. Probably many.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Tom? If you shoplift from the Apple Store, they won't prosecute you. But you'll be haunted by the ghost of Steve Jobs, and he's a really mean man.
I know he's a mean man, but I don't think...
He'll really dress you down.
Yeah.
He'll be like, what are you, an idiot?
Are you an idiot? Why'd you steal that?
Yeah.
That doesn't belong to you.
Yeah. I'd like my phone back, right? That's what you said to the man.
Yes. But anyway, you were talking about fake meat.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to make your food buying choices based on, like, I read about it in Wired.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wired's where I found out about all my new food.
I became a vegetarian a couple months ago, Tom.
I remember.
I got real fat.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't think you got real fat.
But, like, I got fatter.
Okay.
And I thought I'd get skinnier.
What's fat? How much weight did you put on?
I don't know. I'm just going by looks.
50 pounds?
75.
Okay. Yeah.
Every day I look at myself naked in the mirror for about 45 minutes, and I just notice,
New folds?
Yeah, new folds,
Yeah.
new pockets of lard.
Do you say anything to yourself while you're looking, or it's
Yeah,
just quiet?
mostly it's very quiet that I'm hitting myself in the head and going, stupid, fat idiot.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
And it hasn't worked, huh?
Hasn't worked. So I was very, because I'm a burger boy, right? And so I was like, oh, this is great. Because, like, the veggie burgers stink. They all taste like mashed up vegetables together.
Not all of them, but most
They all
of them.
stink. And this one, like, Wired Magazine and, like, The Verge or whatever is like, hey, do you like food? You came to the right place. It's Wired Magazine.
Yeah.
And I like, get this? It tastes like it's plants. It's pea protein. Mm-hmm. Say it.
Say what?
Pea. Yeah, we
Oh,
get it.
that's really immature.
But it bleeds like meat and it tastes like meat. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I'll give it a shot. Tom, I made burgers last night. Fake burgers.
Yeah.
Beyond Burgers.
Yeah?
Best burger I've had in my goddamn life.
Really?
It tasted just like a burger. And it was like less gross because it was like, I'm not eating the ground up flesh of an animal.
But it still bled, so you still got that, that still got your heart going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got your heart racing.
Got my hormones racing.
Now there's the Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they both the same?
No.
Or I know they're both
They're
not
rivals,
the same,
Tom.
but they both have the same idea of like trying to completely replicate a
Yeah, I think so.
meat-based burger.
The Impossible Burger seems weird because like they try to extract stuff from plants
Yeah.
that like
That
replicates hemoglobin, so it'll actually. And it's like, no, I don't care. Like,
yeah, that one's like a little more scientific about it.
yeah, and also I'm not a guy that cares if my hamburger bleeds or not. I just want it to taste like a freaking hamburger. I'm not like,
Right.
yeah, I got blood all over my chin. This is great.
Yeah, but I
Real
feel
pervert.
like that. Well, it's not necessarily a pervert.
It's a
thing.
pervert thing. It's a sex thing, and you know it.
No, but it that helps to sell the whole thing. I feel like.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
And like, and it tasted like a real burger, and it was great.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is great. Now, like, the one thing that was holding me back from, like, really embracing not eating meat was like, I'm a
Hamburgers.
burger boy.
You're a burger boy.
I'm a classic cut from the burger cloth burger boy.
Right.
I don't
A
know.
chip off the old burger.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. A beef off the old burger.
All right. So you.
I was like, at some point, I'm going to be like, I just need to have a burger, right? But this did it. This satiated me.
It quieted the beast, the
It
burger
did.
beast inside of you.
But no, this is the important
Oh,
thing.
did it awaken the burger beast?
It didn't quiet my intestines at all. Now, here's the
Oh,
thing.
no.
So I ate this thing, and I made one for my girlfriend. I made one for me. I was like, this is great. Never going back to burgers again. I've got this fake, weird pea burgers. And she's like, yeah. She's like, but just wait. Because, like, what if this, like, rips you apart from the inside, right? Like, what if this is a terrible, like, intestinal experience for you? And I was like, smart, but I don't like your pessimism. Normally, she's an optimist, you know? But, so I was like, all right, whatever, I'll wait it out. And for the next 45 minutes,
Yeah.
my stomach was making the loudest noises ever. It sounded like an emergency. Like, it sounded like a tsunami inside me, right? Like, it was like, right?
Yeah, because it was like, you were eating things that weren't meant to be eaten. It was like, look, we didn't expect somebody to extract the hemoglobin of
No,
20 orange trees or
No.
whatever.
This doesn't use that kind of stuff. This is mostly pea protein. But like it was like I felt great. Like it was the weirdest thing. It was like I ate fake meat and it gave me like fake diarrhea or something because like
No, Tim, that's not a thing.
it made all the noises that diarrhea makes inside you, right?
God, Tim, if I was saying these things, you would have cut my mic by now.
Yeah, but this is science. I went. This makes sense because like my girlfriend was convinced like, like you spoke too soon. Here you go. It's ruining you. I
Yeah.
was like, no, it's not. And she's like, just admit it. Just admit that this is not the silver bullet that you thought it was. Because again, she's being mean and pessimistic for some reason. I was
she's like, stop pretending over there, because we're gonna have to replace that couch cushion.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, look, I know what it sounds like, but
I assure you, everything's fine.
yeah, and like
Everything's going to plan.
we were sitting there like watching a movie or whatever, and I got up to pee, to go to the bathroom, to urinate, and she's like, here we
here
go.
it is.
Yeah, and I was like, no, and like I came out like a minute later, and she's like, this is not right. You're hiding this from me. It broke apart my whole
Yeah,
relationship.
Tim, you're not
She
supposed
left
to
me.
keep. You're not. Well, I don't blame her.
She
You're
was like,
not
you had
supposed to keep-
diarrhea, and I know it.
You had diarrhea and you refuse to admit it. I'm not a vegetarian, but I had a Celeste pizza the other day. You ever have one of the
Mama
Celeste? You ever have one of Mama Celeste
please
pizzas?
refer to my mother by her full name.
You ever have one of these pizzas, Tim?
Yeah, garbage.
Yeah, they're literal garbage.
Yeah.
I only get them at the supermarket when they're 5 for $4.
Okay, Ooh. That's when you know it's
Less
quality
than
ingredients.
$1.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then it's like, oh, not only is this garbage, it's old.
Right.
But so I got a few of those. They're just, little, you can put them in the microwave or the oven. Word to the wise, put them in the oven. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's going to be much, much
You never
better.
want to microwave
Yeah.
that kind of
You
stuff.
microwave it, comes out like garbage. Anyway, they had on the back of these things recipes you can make with the pizzas. I was like, what? You don't have to put recipes on the back of the
pizza casseroles?
$75, 75-cent pizza
Yeah.
box. But one of the recipes was buffalo chicken pizza. And I was like, oh, wow, all right. That's like an actual recipe.
Tom, you are a sucker for anything buffalo.
Oh, yeah. No, that I'll admit.
Yeah.
But then the instructor, but then I was like, who's going to go through all the trouble of doing that and then
With
put
a-
it on these?
Just buy a boboli
Yeah.
at that point if you're
But-
preparing food.
But then I read the recipe, and the recipe just called for just putting frozen chicken nuggets on the pizza and hot sauce.
Yeah, they know their audience.
Yeah,
Tom.
but at the same time, I'm like, you don't have to tell people they can do that.
Some people you do.
I don't think
The
you-
Mama Celeste crowd, you need to tell this kind of
Yeah,
stuff to.
geez, you have to spell everything out to these people. Just
That's got to be a great job. Mama Celeste is like, I need some stoned college kids to. They're like, sure thing.
Yeah,
Mama
come up with some recipes.
Yeah, some
It's a-
dorm room bullshit
Yeah,
eats.
it's a microwavable pizza. You can put anything on there.
Yeah,
it'd be fine.
That's just a suggestion, Tom. Nobody's telling you have to do that.
Yeah, no, I get that. It was insulting.
I'm sorry, Mama Celeste.
No, it's not
insulted
her.
you.
It's not her fault. She's just trying to do the best she can. She's got to raise all those boys on her own. All right, Tim. Enough food talk. What is this podcast called? Food Talk?
I wish. God, I wish.
I don't think you would have much to say other than...
What are you talking about?
What,
That's
you
all
would-
I ever talk about.
Yeah, but what would you be like? Here's my review. This didn't make me diarrhea right away, or this did make me diarrhea right away.
First of all, stop using that word as a verb.
What? Have diarrhea. Make diarrhea.
Well, what I'm saying, Tom,
Uh-huh.
first of all,
Yes.
I don't like that kind of talk.
All right.
I was recounting a scientific experiment I was doing. That was merely, I had to relate it to something, right? Mm-hmm. It sounded the way my stomach sounded. Sorry. You're looking at me with such disgust right now.
Yeah, Tim, because I don't like these double standards. Anyway, we're talking about...
It's all about the context. Do you remember when Howard Stern was like, he was railing about this is in the late 90s. He's like, how come Oprah's allowed to talk about poop on her show? And it was like she had a doctor on.
Yeah.
And it
And look at
probably
that
wasn't
doctor
a real
now,
doctor.
Dr. Phil.
It was probably Dr. Oz.
Or
to be
Dr.
honest.
Oz, yeah.
But they were talking about how you can tell if you're healthy by your poop or whatever.
Right.
And it's like she never gets an FCC fine, and then he would talk about pooping into someone's mouth for 45 minutes in great detail, and be like, "How come I can't talk about that? Oprah talks like that."
Double standard.
Double standard.
The same
It's
kind of
not-
double
it's
standard.
A false double standard.
Double
Tom. I'm a
standard that you're
sci-
putting on me.
I'm a doctor, and you're a scumbag. The doctor and the scumbag. That could also be a good title for the podcast.
Or coming to NBC this fall. Anyway, Tim, this week we're talking about winter. Have you heard of it?
I have, Tom. Winter is the coldest season.
Tim, that's all your note. You tried to pull that away before I could see that.
No, I was referring to them.
Oh, Tim, what's the other note? You have two notes under there.
We'll get to it. We haven't exhausted discussion from the first note.
All right. Winter's, all right, so your first note is that winter's the coldest season.
Truth be told, Tom, I knew that anyway. I didn't write that down in my pad.
Oh, so oh, wow. So you've got three things to talk about.
Yeah, well, maybe I have more. Maybe I got more up here, Tom.
I doubt it. Both of your notes had two words, too.
It's true.
Anyway. Tim, I'm famously anti-winter.
Yeah. So am I. We're two
we're
winter
anti-winter?
haters, yeah.
All right, good.
Here's the
Finally, what?
thing. People say they like winter. Mm-hmm. And this is in the Northeast, I guess, because other places, I don't know how people.
Yeah, Northeast is the only place that gets
here.
cold.
Or I'm just look, Tom. I'm trying not to speak out of school. I understand that I'm checking my privilege here, and I suggest you do the same.
Okay.
So I always say you don't like winter. Mm-hmm. You like December, and guess what?
Yeah, you just like getting Christmas presents, you greedy SOB.
Yeah, you dang SOB.
Uh-huh.
And 2/3 of December isn't even winter, pal.
Yeah, it's true.
Got news for you. Mm-hmm. Winter starts December 21st.
Yeah, winter solstice.
Yeah. But and then you like it because your town puts up pretty lights and everybody goes out and they're nice to each other at Christmas marts or whatever, or holiday markets and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's not winter. You could do that in the summer.
I mean, you can't, but anyway.
No, if you did that in the summer, everybody would be happy about it.
Unless
So
it's
anyway,
too hot.
So then there's 10 days of winter there.
Mm-hmm.
And then January and February, worst months of the year.
Now, if you like getting Valentine's.
You never get any Valentines, and you know.
Tim, I get so many. The secret admirers come out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah.
So your point,
They're not secret admirers, Tom. You're getting pranked.
What? No, they're not pranks.
You're going to wind up with a bucket of dang pig's blood dumped on your head at the prom.
So you're arguing that nobody actually likes the winter.
I think when people think of the winter, they're thinking of a very, very small portion of the winter. Because nobody people like the first snowfall, even the second snowfall of the year. Mm-hmm. But after that, people get over. Like, there's nobody in February, in New York at least, that's like, man, I just wish we had a couple more months of winter. But, like, you know a ton of people in August who are like, man, I wish the summer
never ended.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to start chasing the summer around the whole globe. Nobody chases the winter.
Wait, people chase the summer?
Yeah.
Like, they go to, like, Ibiza?
Yeah. Tim, they go to Ibiza. They go to all kinds of places just to keep the warm vibes going.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one type of person that likes the winter.
Oh, Santa Claus.
No, Santa Claus is not a type of person for the last time.
One of the Claus family?
No,
the
Tim.
entire Claus family?
People who like winter sports.
Oh, extreme athletes?
Not necessarily extreme outdoor
Are
sports.
you talking about Brody Miller?
Who's Brody Miller?
Isn't he a snowboarder?
I mean, it sounds like
Sounds like a guy that
could
could
be a surfer.
snowboard
Who
guy.
knows? Yeah, Tim, I'm talking about.
Are there dudes that are like Bo Jackson of extreme sports where it's like, I'm a really good snowboarder and a really good surfer?
Yeah. Well, there are people like what's his name? Shaun White. He does like snowboarding and skating.
Shaun White can suck an egg, by the way.
All right.
I'm sick of that guy's face.
Yeah, but you can't take away the fact that he snowboards and skates.
Sure. Is he any good at skating?
Yeah.
He's not Bo Jackson.
Tim, look, you asked me if there's anybody like Bo Jackson. I gave you an example with a name of somebody you actually know, and you
That's
got
fair.
mad.
Yeah, but I still think Bo Jackson is probably better at either one of those, probably skateboarding, than Shaun White.
Didn't Bo Jackson only play football for like a season or two?
No, you're wrong. You're an idiot.
He played one sport much longer than the other.
Bo knows a lot of things, Tom.
No, he knew how to play two sports, and I know how to play those sports too.
You don't play them well. I guess
No.
knowing things and playing them at a professional,
Exactly.
I think they were probably more going for the rhyme. But he also knows, like,
Yeah, Bo knows, this guy can keep two sets of sports rules in his head at once. And not even really, because the seasons don't overlap.
well, yeah,
That's not
true.
that impressive. Maybe he's just cramming during preseason to relearn all the rules.
Go on.
But winter sports, Tim.
Okay.
We'll start with snowboarding, which you
Oh, no, I'm a big fan of Brody Miller.
did you just look him up?
No. I will now, though.
Tim, have you ever been skiing or snowboarding?
I've been skiing one time in my life, and I hate it. Oh, it's Bodie Miller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Bodie.
yeah, or Bode. It might be Bode Miller.
Yeah, Bode Node.
Yeah. And he did know it because
he knowed it. He's dead now?
No.
Oh. All right, Tim.
Well, the Washington Post, according to this
Uh-huh.
light binging I just did, they're treating him as if he's dead. They said he has to show he's still got speed to race again.
He's still got speed to race again?
He has to show that he's still got it if he
Well,
wants
that
to race
doesn't
again.
sound like he's dead, Tim. They wouldn't say that about a dead man.
No, they're treating him as if he's dead. This is Bodie Miller we're talking about.
Yeah, the famous Bodie Miller.
Yeah.
When did you go skiing, Tim?
Probably when I was about 12, 13 years old.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I wasn't bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
I was bad at being outside. Right?
Yeah, you're delicate.
I'm delicate.
Yeah.
I'm,
I mean that it seems like you can't be bad at being outside and really good at much.
No, I was bad at like. I didn't want to be like.
You didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like. I was like, it's cold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like being out in the cold. And
Did you have snow pants on or anything?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, if you're cold, just put some more layers on.
That doesn't work because then you get like
What do
weirdly
you mean
sweaty
doesn't?
under it.
Yeah, that's true. But it's still.
I don't like being like I liked being out in the snow for like maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't need to like play in the damn snow all day.
Yeah, that's an interesting point because I think I've never really thought about. I've never been skiing or snowboarding.
Really?
Yeah, I know you're looking
You're
at
not rich enough?
No, and you're also looking at me thinking like, well, I'm probably one of the most extreme dudes you know.
That's true.
And
so you must be a surfer and skateboarder. Then.
Yeah, I have to make up for it in the off
You get
season.
shot out of a cannon and such.
But yeah, the one of the worst feelings in the world is being cold and sweaty.
Yeah.
Any outdoor winter activities? No thanks.
Yeah. So I had to. They made me like take the lessons at the beginning, right?
Yeah, because you didn't know how to do anything.
Right. So I was skiing, and they told me, and then I was like, freaking cock of the walk on the bunny hill. I was a bunny of the.
Well, yeah,
hill.
you're almost a man, so
I was 12.
you said 12 or 13.
All right. I mean, if we're going by like bar mitzvah,
Yeah.
but like I'm not Jewish, so I didn't become a
So
man.
you're
till
still
I was-
not a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
One of these days, I imagine. When is a Christian bar mitzvah?
Any day now.
Okay. Assume it's got to be soon. I have a beard and everything.
Yeah.
So like as soon as I left the bunny hill, I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
And I came close to a place where there was like a cliff.
Oh, no, you didn't. How big of a cliff?
No. Hold on. Before, like, do I ever tell a story where it's like, oh, and I was a cool hero about it? No. The thing was, they took me out because I was with like more experienced, older family members, right?
Right. You were all on the helicopter together.
Right.
Getting brought up to the top.
No, but I rode the friggin' thing up to the top of the
Ski
hill.
lift.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, like you're gonna tell me anything about skiing, Tom?
Well,
You've
it's
never
just
been
you and-
skiing.
Yeah,
You're not
but-
rich enough to go skiing.
Yeah, but I know what things are called.
I guess. So I took the ski lift to the top,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't like it was like I at least skipped a level or two, right? Like from the bunny hill, because it was kind of like a, all right, he's doing fine. We'll bring him up.
The bunny hill was probably too easy for you.
Yeah. So they were like, yeah, we'll bring him up. He'll be fine. We'll be with him or whatever. And like I wasn't near going off a cliff,
Okay.
but it was this thing that I have where like it was possible for me to like for something to go terribly wrong, and if I couldn't like stop, I could get over to where the cliff was and like
I think
fly
this.
off the
I think
cliff.
this thing that you have is an anxiety disorder.
yeah, absolutely. So like I started freaking out on the thing and I hated it, and then I just had to go down real slow, and then I was like, I don't even want to do this, and they're like, don't worry, you'll get better at this, and I was just like, I don't want to get better at it. Can't there just be a thing that I don't want to do, and so I don't have to friggin' do it?
Yeah. You just want to go back to the lodge.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Hang
fun
out with those snow bunnies by the fire, Tom.
with a hot cocoa?
Yeah.
Is there anything fun to do in the lodge?
I don't even remember if there was a lodge. I just remember being pissed off because they were like, no, you have to get back out there if you want to be a good skier. And I was like,
no
nobody.
interest.
Yeah, I've gone 12 years like without even asking to go skiing.
Yeah.
Sneezing.
And you're like, and I'll go another 20 before I even think about it again.
Yeah. Before I started yelling at my friend about it.
Yeah.
He didn't
It's
even
just,
do anything.
And I'm just
Yeah.
trying to help.
Yeah. So I'm no Brody Miller, my friend.
Well, he's not a skier, right?
Yeah, he might be a skier now that I read a little bit.
Was this a place that had skiing and snowboarding?
Yeah, I'm sure it
mountain?
was a mountain with snow on it.
See, and I'm surprised then that you as a 12, and there's nothing personal about you. But
Tom,
what?
First of all, I know what you're gonna say,
What?
and you're gonna imply that like I'm not cool, like I didn't do the cool thing.
No, I was going to say, not that you didn't do the cool thing, but I would just assume any 12-year-old would have made a stink about, like, I don't want to ski, I want to snowboard.
Yeah, I didn't really give a
I
shit.
guess you didn't want to do anything.
Yeah,
huh?
I wasn't. I was there, kind of like. I was reluctantly there. I didn't care. I didn't care.
I would have liked to have gone. It would have been.
We
sounds like
didn't
it would
really
have been
know
fun.
each other.
No, we know each other.
Okay, you're not rich enough to go.
Still could have extended the invitation. What about you ever go snow tubing? Snow tubing?
Yeah, not a lot though.
Yeah.
You?
I don't know if I
That
ever
seems
have.
like a lot of fun. It feels
Yeah.
like you can go like too fast though. I won't break any.
God, you are really a sissy, huh?
Tom,
It feels like
first
you
of
can
all,
go
the
too
guy who has
fast.
never done anything is telling me the guy who has done everything.
You went skiing 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I went tubing as well.
On the same trip?
No, but I've been tubing, just not a lot. You've never even been tubing.
I mean, I've probably been tubing.
You're
Oh,
telling
I've been
you're telling me
tubing.
how lame I am
Yeah.
for not doing things cool enough
Yeah.
when you haven't even done them.
Well, I've been busy doing other extreme things, Tim, so it's fine. Speaking of extreme, so here's a question for you then. Have you ever done like an ice luge or what's the other one? Bobsled.
No, have you?
Tim, not only have I would almost tried out for the Olympics.
What do you? How do you almost try out for the Olympics?
Well, I really wanted to do this thing where during like the Winter Olympics when we were kids, they had like a commercial and they were like, hey,
In Lillehammer?
yeah. But they were like, hey, come up to Lake Placid. We still got all these old luge chutes.
Right.
Take your kids. We're looking for kids to become new Olympians.
Right.
And for like a week, that was my life plan.
Right. Oh, so it was a thing that you wanted to do but didn't do? And
Right.
so you're saying that you almost did it?
I almost did. Well, if it were up to me, Tim, I was not old enough to drive myself to Lake Placid.
Right. But I don't think you can tell
it was
that story.
It was
and say
dependent on
that-
my parents.
That you almost did. Have you ever gone luging or bobsledding?
No. But it's easy.
Yeah, there was a girl in my class in like around that time, probably like
Oh,
I was
probably,
in like fourth grade
probably
or
the
whatever,
same scam.
and she did it, and she was like I was luging or whatever, and then everybody made the "oh, you're a loser" joke, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but like in a couple of years, I'm gonna try out for the Olympics, and I think she did, and I think she like almost made it or something. But then I got to thinking like, yeah, like nobody has access
Yeah.
to luging equipment
I'm
tracks, right? So like,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't think I'd do it. Like I really wanted to at
Mm-hmm.
the time, just like you. So I guess I was almost an Olympian as much as you were.
Well, it
But,
doesn't
like,
sound like it, but
I also like didn't like you go so freaking fast in the street luge. Mm-hmm. Like
well,
in,
this
like,
isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Street luge is for poor people, Tim.
no, it's not because you have to do it in San Francisco.
Oh, that's
It's the
true.
only place with the
Yeah, but
appropriate
what if
hills.
you're a gutter punk and you do it?
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, think about that.
No. If all gutter punks became street lugers. It might have been the case, actually. I don't know anything about the street luge. I only know about what I almost competed in the Olympics, the ice luge.
Yeah. Oh, man.
go
Could you
so
imagine if it came down to just me and you for the gold medal?
Yeah, a regular Dan and Dave situation.
Yeah. And it sounds like it really could have come down to that.
Yeah.
Tim, I think about Dan and Dave once a week.
Nobody under the age of 35, besides me, knows about Dan and Dave.
Yeah. They were two Olympians.
Well, one of them only became Olympian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had both been to the Olympics before, though, right?
Failed Reebok ad campaign from 1992. Maybe we could talk about something else.
Anyway, yeah, and I feel like this luge commercial, they pitched it in a way that was very similar to what you're saying. It was like, hey, look, nobody really has access to luging. Bring your kids up here. 50-50 shot they'll be an Olympian
Yeah.
just by coming here.
Yeah.
Because, look, really the luge does most of the work.
I don't know. I think you like in order to not fly off the track at the turns,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like flip over and like
Well-
going at like 90 miles an hour and
Yeah.
just like immediately break your neck.
Yeah,
It
no,
seems
somebody
like-
died. What was that, last Olympics?
really?
Maybe the one before that in the luge, yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah, they like flew off the track and hit a pole. It was like horrific. Yeah, so there's that. But it's also one of those Olympic sports where like all 20 people competing in it get down in like basically the same amount of time, and it's just a game of inches, you know?
Yeah, I don't like when that stuff happens.
Why not?
I'm not down with the Olympics because it's like tenths of a second. I'm not convinced that we can actually measure
Damn.
that accurately.
I mean,
They're
they
like, I
show
beat
you
by
how they're
1/10 of it."
measuring it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate. I think it might be trickery.
Yeah, well, with that kind of poor Olympic spirit, Tim, it's no surprise that you didn't make the Olympic team.
All right, so tell me more about the winter. If you have so many notes, do you want me to read from my notes?
Yeah, Tim, I'd love for you to.
Short days, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to. But December 21st,
Uh-huh.
shortest day of the year. It's
Yeah.
solstice,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I used to, for some reason, like love the idea that there was like the least amount of daylight, and I was like, it's an awesome day.
When I was a kid, I didn't fully understand it, and I thought the day was less than 24 hours.
Yeah, well, you weren't smart.
No, Tim, I was too focused on athletics at the time.
Your luge career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, now I hate it. Like, I wish, I want to live in one of those daylight for 24-hour situations.
Tim, you know what that did to Al Pacino in Insomnia.
Yeah, it got him to catch Robin Williams for a murder or something.
Oh, well, thanks for ruining it for people who hadn't seen it.
I don't think that is what happened. He shot his partner, though.
Al Pacino or Robin Williams?
Al Pacino.
Why do you...
The
Oh,
man.
yeah, because he was, like, going crazy.
Yeah,
And
I
he
don't
was
know.
like, who is this? Is this my partner or someone I'm after?
What was that?
That was my Al Pacino.
It's great, Tom.
Thank you.
You're doing great. Yeah, now it's depressing as hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be cool because, like, I think when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
it was cool because, like, I'm normally not awake for that long.
For
when
this
it's
much
dark
dark
out.
time,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So it's like, I feel like a real big man here
Right.
strutting around in the darkness. I, of course, wasn't allowed outside after dark, but,
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'd walk by a window and I'd see that it was pretty dark outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Walk by a window in your house and see outside that it was dark. Wow.
Yeah. I'd
And
be
that made you feel like a
"Wow,
big
pretty
man."
dark. I must be up pretty late right now.
Yeah.
And then, like, deep down I knew it was, like, the same time I always walk by that window.
Tim, why are you walking by this window at the same time every night?
I had a routine.
Were you the security person at your house or something? You had to make sure.
You know, I was.
Were you the type
we
of
took
kid-
shifts.
Were you the type of kid that would like check the locks a lot?
No, not that much. Were you?
No, but my little brother checked the locks like like to this day. He's a maniac about everything's like triple locked. And there's
Actually,
no
I was like that. A lot of times I'd sleep, like during the summertime. When I was a kid, I'd sleep downstairs on the couch so I
Yeah.
could watch TV till late. And like, I would check the locks a bunch of times because I was like, it doesn't occur to you. It doesn't occur to a child's mind or my child's mind. My mind when I was a child.
my
my
childlike mind.
That like, if you leave the door like that. When you lock the door, like that people aren't coming up all night trying to get
Yeah,
in, right?
just like checking the door.
Yeah, like, yep, like that. There's a certain like bottom feeding level of
criminal.
of criminal that just walks up and down every street every night,
Jiggling
checking
the
every
handle.
door, and be like, oh shit, like a guy every like. You know, when people walk by a payphone or a vending machine and just check the
Yeah, see
coin
if there's a
return.
coin in there.
Yeah, I just assumed there were people that did that for houses just to be like, once in a while you hit one where the lock, where the door's unlocked and you
Yeah,
walk in.
the entire family might be home watching
Yeah,
TV.
well, you
but-
just murder the child watching the television. 'cause
well, yeah, if it's late enough,
yeah.
sure. Then,
Well, yeah, I was never concerned with the locks before 11 p.m.
After 11, though, that's when you thought the
Well,
men
that's because
came
when
out.
people go to sleep. Like if
Right.
you're gonna rob a house when
That's
people
true.
are home, do it when
And you
people
wouldn't
are
adjust
sleeping.
this depending on the daylight time. Like I don't know, it's been dark
No,
for a
I
while
still
now.
understood
There might be
clocks, Tom.
Which
Which means that I'll be perfectly situated when they get rid of daylight savings time
they're not going to do that. They should, but they won't.
or time zones.
I recently had Do you have like a door in your apartment where you can pick?
Yeah. Got a couple of them.
I mean, I'm not trying to brag here, but where you could set if the door locks behind you or not.
Oh.
Like there's a button inside the door. Yeah.
Of course.
I had that for like a month. My door was unlocked, and I thought I was locking the door behind me every time.
See, I would never, ever be in that situation.
First
of all,
you jiggle the handle when you leave?
Well, I leave it so that it doesn't auto-lock.
So you always have to lock it.
Yeah, so that way I know that it's locked, right?
Right.
And also, you and I were roommates for a month or two. We had one of those doors, right, that we always left unlocked, right?
Yes.
And then we'd lock it manually when we left. But we had a third roommate who would sometimes flip that when she left to make it lock automatically.
I forgot about
and
that.
You didn't understand it. So you just thought when you came home and you turned it, like, you know how like you had to turn it and hold it when it auto locks to open it up? Like when you turn the handle, like you still have to be. So you would just try to do the normal thing and you'd be like, oh no, the lock is broken. And a couple times you ran upstairs to the apartment above us, like banged on their door, and angrily were like, I need to use your fire escape. And
That
climbed
is
down.
not true.
That did happen.
One time.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't have climbed out the fire escape twice.
Yeah, because you were like, it did it again. The lock did it again.
I
The lock
vaguely
broke.
remember this.
And like
No,
the first time
I
you were
had
nice
a poorly
about it.
cut key, too.
Yeah, well, you also had a poorly cut brain. All right, more winter. We're a couple of winter Grinches, huh? Winter Grinchers.
Well, I mean, that's the only time really Grinch comes out.
I mean, what did he do? Did he hibernate in the summer?
I think it was kind of implied. He just stayed up in the mountains.
Grinch was...
The Grinch just wanted to be left alone.
Exactly.
And I could identify with him.
Yeah, you do want to be left alone most of the
For
time.
the
huh?
most part, yeah, please.
Not a friendly man.
It's not that I'm not friendly. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah. What did, like... I mean, besides this... Was he driven to... And I'm not talking about the Jim Carrey version.
Right.
The original Grinch.
Mm-hmm. The cartoon Grinch.
Yeah,
or
was he-
the book Grinch.
Was he driven to... Like, did somebody wrong him? And he's like, you know what? I'll get back at them by stealing Christmas.
I think that happened in the Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah.
Because, they got to pad out these, 12-page kids' books into an hour-and-a-half movie.
Right.
But,
like, if... I'm anti the Grinch if he's just a guy that's like, leave me alone, except once in a while I'm going to come and steal friggin' Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's like, you know what?
Come on, yeah. Then you can't ask these people to leave you alone.
Exactly.
You're anti the Grinch, pro the Jinx. Anyway.
Man.
What?
I just know the Jinx is going to be out on the streets so soon.
Yeah, he's on trial right now, and it sounds like he's making mincemeat of the prosecution.
Yeah. And come January 20th, Tom.
Presidential pardon.
It's going to be his first order of business.
Yeah, the Grinch, let the Grinch free.
The Jinx.
The Jinx and the Grinch.
Yeah. No, I think what they'll probably
I think it'll
do...
probably be the first time we have a president that pardons fictional characters.
He'll try. Lord knows he'll try. He'll pardon the freaking gnome. The Noid.
Yeah.
The gnome.
Just avoid him. Just avoid him, and then it's no big deal.
The way that I would do it, if I was on the presidential inauguration committee, there would just be like a big rectangular thing in the background with a curtain over it, or a big
when would you
blanket
have
over
the
it.
Jinx in there?
Right. And then he'd do the swearing in. And he'd be like, till amen, right at the end.
You can say till death do us part. Do you think the swearing in ends with till death do us part? Amen.
Yeah, maybe. And then Corey Lewandowski or whatever comes in and goes like, "Congratulations, Mr. President."
Mm-hmm.
and then like there'll be like a puff of smoke, and then they'll rip the blanket off.
Why do they need the smoke if the blanket's already there?
Theatrics.
Okay.
He knows how to. He's a showman, Tom,
That's true.
first and foremost. And then it's the Jinx there in a cage, right? And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, the Jinx, yeah, we will."
Who's cheering for him?
No, they love that he's locked up.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And then at that point, that's when he turns and goes, "Release the Jinx," right? And then the lock, like they've rigged it.
It should be like a very complicated mechanism.
I just think it should explode, like it goes like, right?
Okay.
Like explode like a magic trick, and in the cage, all four walls of the cage just fall.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And then that's when everybody realizes, oh no. And then like
The Jinx
releasing
is loose.
the Jinx is loose, and they're like, oh, this isn't what we were on board for.
Yeah. Like, this is not going to fix the economy.
Maybe it will.
Tim, how do you, what's your feelings about, I want to talk about winter clothes, Tim.
Okay. You can.
And you're going to get mad at me.
I'm not going to get mad.
You're going to
Tom.
get mad.
This might be a friendly disagreement, but at the end of the day, we're going to get a beer like Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill.
They got a beer?
Yeah, I think something like that. I don't know. Everybody talks about that.
Battery-powered heated jackets.
I know you probably love this stuff.
I'm thinking about getting one of these battery-powered heated jackets.
Oh, yeah, of course you are, Tom.
Why is it such a bad thing? It's a good idea. You're using technology.
Yeah, you don't care about anything until technology's involved.
Until there's a battery inside of it.
Yeah, I don't think you ever read a book before the Kindle came out. And then a Kindle came out, and you're like, oh, I can read a book on a screen?
Great.
On an illuminated screen?
I never wore a jacket before they started making battery-powered ones.
True.
No, I mean, I haven't bought one yet.
You haven't had one in the past?
No.
I feel like
It's
you've
a
discussed
fairly,
this or
No,
something.
it's a fairly new
No, they've had heated jackets
technological
for a few years. Though.
advance.
And
Fairly new, though.
Yeah, and you're an
It's
early
getting better
adopter.
all the time. Yeah, I'm an early adopter, but, the jacket's a big investment if you're going to get a decent jacket. I don't want to get a battery-powered jacket that's like, oh, it heats up this one little piece, and then that piece gets real hot.
I'll say two things, Tom.
Okay.
Number one, I'll say
Spread
three
out
things.
the heat. And you got to make sure it's got a good enough battery in it to really keep the heat going.
I got three things.
Okay.
Number one,
Yes.
you're an idiot. Number two, I don't see. All right, normally when things like this come out, it's not going to be fashionable,
Right.
right? Like it's going to be like you're going to have a weird. Look, you can buy this coat, this battery powered coat or whatever, but you're going to be the weird guy in the weird coat.
Okay.
Because it's not gonna be like,
No,
oh,
these coats look
we
pretty
put
normal.
it into a. You don't know what normal
No,
is.
because listen, Tim, all they did was they took the technology to make a heated blanket, put it
Sure.
on a coat,
Yeah,
with
what
a battery.
What I'm saying, Tom, is like, why have they not had this for years? If that's a thing that should be made.
Global warming. It hasn't been necessary up till now.
It's true.
I think they have had. No, I think it is literally that batteries have come a lot further.
Okay.
Where I think they had these things, but it's like, yeah, you got to lug a car battery around with you. And now it's like, nah, it's just like the size of a phone, the battery that
Who's
goes
making
in.
these?
Who's making
was
them?
my
All
number.
the big jacket makers.
Are there?
Starter.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know.
Can I get a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket that's battery powered?
Yeah, I'm going to get a San Jose Sharks one.
Nice.
You got to go for the cool colors.
Yeah. Teal's in.
No, I don't think any of the big jacket manufacturers are making it. Burlington. I think it's just the upstarts, the disruptors that are making
they
these
don't know.
battery.
These are a bunch of nerds.
What's
Tom.
to know? You just put a
They don't know how to make a jacket look good, a coat look good.
Tim, the thing about a coat is the coat's going to be like bulky anyway. Why would the coat look bad? What about this technology is going to make the coat look any different? Have you ever seen a heated blanket? It looks just like a regular blanket.
No, Tom. What I'm saying is not that the technology would cause it to look bad. That like people who care about technology in that way do not know how to make a fashionable looking coat. So I don't think they'd have to like modify a nice looking coat to accommodate the technology. I think they're just like so focused on the technology that they're like, oh, and like nobody cares about their appearance, right? Because like none of us are ever gonna get laid, so nobody gets laid, right? And like, I buy a coat, Tom. I do it so I look attractive to women.
Yeah,
and it works 100% of the time.
The only thing you got going for you.
Yeah, true.
Is that
I don't have to compete
coat.
with your battery powered coat.
Yeah,
I think
that's
with a flashy.
Yeah, all of a sudden I've sucked all the air out of the room.
Okay. Here's my third point.
Okay. I thought you made 3 points.
Probably.
Okay.
That's 3A then. They don't. It's not comfortable to have a heating like you were saying before, right? Like you don't like to be cold, outside in the cold and sweaty. I feel like anytime I've put like hand warmers in my gloves or something, like it after
it's too hot.
After like a minute, it's like, okay, this is fine, and then like 1 minute, 1 second, it's way too cold. It's way too hot. And it's like, my hands are too hot now, but my face is really cold. It's not like, I think you just have to like roll with it. I think it sucks that it's cold out, but you can't battery your way out of every situation, Tom.
Well, that's a real loser's mentality, Tim.
Well, good luck.
How do you feel about scarves? I almost bought a scarf today.
Wow.
Yeah. I've lost every scarf I've ever owned.
Well, you just got to hang on to it.
Well, I try to.
Pin it to your
I'm not going to pin it to anything.
Oh, you can't pin anything to your battery-powered
Jesus
coat.
Christ,
You
it'll explode.
Yeah.
No, I've lost...
The gasoline will leak
yeah,
out.
Tim. God, you can't put put something like that so close to kerosene.
Yeah.
No, here's my problem with scarves, Tim.
Okay.
I was going to buy a scarf today.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Enough's enough. I need a scarf again.
Yeah.
But
you don't have a loved one who can make you one? What, do you not have any friends? People making me scarves. I got so many homemade scarves.
Nobody wants to hear bragging. I've got so many homemade scarves. You've got some yarn scarves.
Scarves, Tom.
Scarves.
Jesus, no wonder.
Scarves. Wait, why isn't it scarves?
Why
isn't it ended in F?
Take it up with the goddamn queen.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
She has canceled a bunch of activities, Tim.
Did she?
Yeah, she's sick. So please don't be a real jerk.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm really glad I didn't say the thing that I was about to say.
Anyway, I'm sure the queen will be fine and live forever. No, I'm worried. The reason why I didn't buy a scarf was...
I like that you paused to give us an edit point.
Yes. Because I haven't gotten all my Christmas presents from people yet, and I feel like extended relatives, that's where you get scarves from.
Scarves. Have you ever gotten one from an extended relative?
That's all I get from them, Tim.
Right, so
I've never
hold off.
bought a scarf of my own volition.
Right.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. Well, I look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like having to, that it adds. Look, the main reason I don't like the winter, Tom,
it's bulk.
Bulk, and the fact that like
Things to
you
lose.
Can't, I just want to be able to go from inside to outside and back without a whole freaking production. How great is it that in the summertime you're just walking around as is?
Yeah.
You walk out your front door. Me, I have to check if it's locked 5 times. You just let it slam behind you, and in 5 seconds you could be inside eating an apple and be like, "Oh, this is a bad apple. I'm gonna walk to the grocery store next door." You could be in that grocery store 7 seconds flat,
Yeah,
Tom.
I don't even have to throw a shirt on.
Exactly.
Just walk in
Your
topless.
bikini briefs.
Yeah. Be like, hey, buddy, you sold me a bad apple.
Yeah, my main thing is that, like,
It's a big production getting in and out of places.
especially when there's freaking snow on the ground. It's like, let me pull on these boots and like do the top lace portion of them. Because like for some, I guess it's so you could get your feet in more easily. But like, it's got what are these little things called? These like little.
What would you call those? The tops of shoes. Now it's not a shoe.
It's not a hole.
It's
for
not
your
an
shoe leg.
eyelet.
Yeah.
It is it's almost like when you're docking a boat, and the thing you would tie the rope around.
You don't have to Google it. Sorry.
Our producer furiously researching this. But those things.
Yeah.
No, I like those things. Those make shoes quicker to tie up.
Not using them at all. Boot hooks. Thank you.
Why did you look it up on eBay?
That's the best way. That's how you buy things.
You wouldn't just buy boot hooks on eBay.
Yeah, you would. Where would you go to buy these things?
I wouldn't.
Maybe Etsy if you're trying to get fancy ones,
Yeah,
like
maybe
ivory boot hooks.
Do you think Etsy's just full of ivory goods? It's just a black market for ivory goods?
Yeah, maybe.
Tim, I told you I got LL Bean boots. I'm not wearing them right now.
You can just call them bean boots. We know what you're talking about.
These boots are great. I love these boots.
Ladies love bean boots.
Is that true? Oh, you're just... I don't think that's what
it
the
stands
LL
for.
stands
Yeah.
for. No.
Same as an LL Cool J.
I mean, I guess I've got nothing to argue you against it. That's not what it stands for. But these boots are great. I don't think I've ever had like a good pair of boots.
You've never had bean boots before?
No.
Jeez.
I have
You're not a rich man.
No, Tim, I told you. I'm hoping next year to go skiing. No, I have Doc Marten boots.
Oh, because you're a skinhead?
Because I'm a skinhead, yeah. Thanks. But those aren't like winter boots.
No, they're not.
No.
Do you wear Doc Martens? I don't think I've ever seen you in Doc Martens.
I rarely will wear them. I'll wear them.
Just when you're kicking in heads. Going, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, Tim. Just when I'm kicking in heads and saying oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm excited about these boots, Tim.
Okay.
Do you have wool socks?
I do, and I like them.
I don't have wool socks, Tim. It was one of the few gifts I asked for this holiday season. Wool socks.
Well, I hope to God you get them, Tom.
Me too. What about long johns, Tim? You got long johns?
Yeah, but I don't like them.
Why? What don't you like about them? They don't have the trap door in the back for pooping?
Exactly. No. The fact. Well, do you have like long johns that are like a onesie?
No. Well, no.
You have a two-piece, right? Like a.
Yeah, but why shouldn't I get a one piece? It seems like a one piece would be warmer.
But then you need the
trap door.
The trap door.
Yeah.
But that's still unwieldy because then you have to button that up or something.
Yeah, but think about how much fun that would be.
I can't reach around my back and
Tim, you're not
button a
like
button.
a 90-year-old man. I can't reach behind my back.
No,
Tim, you can't touch
you
where
didn't
your...
let me finish the sentence. I can't reach behind my back and then blindly button a button.
Tim, it's not behind your back. It's your ass. You can't touch your ass with your hands.
Tom, it's not about reaching. It's not about my arm span. Look, I'm doing it right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying the dexterity.
For the listener at home, let it be known, Tim can't do it. He's not doing it right now.
Struggling.
He was
Sweating.
furiously shaking his head. No, don't tell them.
I just can't button a button blind.
They're big buttons. Have you never seen the trapdoor pants?
I've seen them, Tom. I'm just not interested in spending extra time buttoning
They're
them up.
big buttons. Anyone could do them.
I don't know, man. Sometimes the big buttons
Tim,
are...
and it's like a nice conversation piece. You come out of the bathroom at a cocktail party. Excuse me, would you mind buttoning me up?
I do. I don't like long johns because I get too hot in them. I like long johns, and I think they serve a very valuable purpose. But
Tim, are you afraid of Big Long John? Why are you being so political about this?
you don't know just how Long John is, Tom. Ooh, when he's after you. When Long John comes after you.
Long John's got a long memory.
If you put them on and it's not cold enough for them, your
Oh,
whole
you're
friggin'
screwed.
day is
Yeah.
ruined.
Because when are you ever going to be like, let me just go to the bathroom, get completely naked
No,
from
no,
the
no,
waist
no,
down?
Tom.
What?
What are you talking
To
about?
take them off.
I'm not talking about the one piece like a weirdo.
I'm saying even if you
like
don't
an
have
old
a,
prospector.
even if you don't have the one piece on, if you have Long John pants on, Long John underwear.
You just pull them down. What is wrong
I'm
with you?
saying if you put them on in the morning, it's too hot. Then at some point during
Oh,
the
to
day,
take them off.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant just to go to the bathroom, and I was just like, you don't know how
No.
pants work. It's got a big hole on the top for your body to be in.
No, I'm saying if you need to get out of
okay,
them.
yeah. You'll never do that. You have to.
No.
Yeah, you just have to live with it.
Yeah.
It stinks.
And
All
then
right.
what if there's a fire? You got to run out of there.
What if your battery operated coat catches on
Jesus,
fire? Yeah.
Please get me out of these Long Johns.
Yeah. It is nice to come home and go, let's get me out of these Long Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last clothing related question.
Okay.
Winter time.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of these ice places where you put a big jacket on and then you're in like an ice bar? And then
Oh,
they've got
no.
like
That
drinks.
doesn't appeal to me at all. Do you?
Uh,
They make like a room, right?
Yeah.
Like out of ice or something?
Yeah. There's one in New York City. It's like in
Yeah.
a hotel somewhere where, like you pay an entry fee to get in. And part of that entry fee is that you get like a big, like a big Siberian coat.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Why would I want to go sit somewhere? Sell me a bar where it's like our bar is always 72 degrees.
Yeah.
And
Our bar is
with no
San Diego.
humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go in a bar that's cold. I don't want to be wearing somebody else's jacket either.
Are all the glasses made of ice too?
No, I think sometimes they do that kind of stuff.
That'd be fun if you can like finish your drink and then smash it just because it's ice.
Yeah, but if the whole place is cold, then it's never going to melt. There's going to be broken ice everywhere. I don't think the floor's ice either. Let me be clear.
You don't
about
wear
that.
ice skates?
No.
Oh.
No, that's the word. Yeah, come on in, get drunk and ice skate around this tiny room.
You didn't say it was tiny, Tom.
I mean, presumably it's fairly tiny. It's not going to be the size of an ice skating rink inside there.
It doesn't need to be a full-size ice skating rink.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not interested in one of these places. I mean, they've got them in like Scandinavia where it's like an actual building, like an igloo.
Right.
That I'd be kind of interested in.
Yeah, I'm not interested in going to like interesting bars. I'm not interested in going anywhere cold either.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, oh, go to this thing, it's colder than normal. Mm-hmm. Like count me out,
And
pal.
it's an interesting bar.
It's not interesting. Cold isn't interesting.
Everything's looks like it's frozen though. Do you understand now? It's not just that it's very cold. Everything's covered in ice.
All right. This is all I care to talk about the winter, Tom.
Good.
What's your favorite thing about the winter, Tom?
That it ends.
No, seriously.
Snow forts.
Yeah, playing in the snow was fun,
Yeah.
but for like 25 minutes, right? Like, did you ever build a snowman?
Like kind of.
Yeah,
It was
like you
always
lose
hard.
interest.
Yeah.
And it's like, it never looks like it looks in cartoons.
No.
I put a magical top hat that I paid big bucks for, Tom. Big buckaroonies.
Mm-hmm.
And the snowman came alive, but he was a real dick.
Yeah.
Slept with my wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense if you
This
have
was
to.
last winter.
So I guess your wife likes things that are cold, though.
Yeah. She really liked it.
I think that's all the time we have for this week, Tim. If you like the show, you can go to tcgte.com to find out more. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Complete Guide. Follow us on Twitter @Complete Guide. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Tom Reynolds.
You follow me on Twitter and Instagram @YourPalTim.
Check out our Reddit, reddit.com/r/TCGTE. Fun discussion. And if you want to support the show, You can do it the easy way. tcgt.com/Amazon. Your normal Amazon shopping. We get a little kickback, a little under the table.
It brings you to the same Amazon that you know and love.
Right.
But we get a little
Unless
cut of
that
the deal.
Amazon's something else unless
Yeah,
you're thinking of the
something weird.
rainforest.
Yeah. But we get a little kickback at no cost to you.
And tcgt.com/pledge, where you can join our Patreon and get fun bonuses like weekly episodes of The News starring Tim and Tom, our mini podcast.
Yeah. Things are really heating up on the news.
Yeah. Speaking of temperature,
Yeah.
what's your favorite thing about the winter, Tim? Yeah, have you ever gone snowshoeing?
Yeah, I have.
What's that like?
It's cool. It's cool being in like a very deep snow.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it's just cool using something that you usually only see in cartoons.
Yeah, that's also true.
Uh-huh.
And I was like probably like 14 or so,
Uh-huh.
and we went up to this place every year.
Was your family like, all right, Tim, you ain't like skiing, so now we'll try snowshoeing?
No, they didn't care that I didn't like skiing.
Uh-huh.
We just did stuff. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, we were rich. So we went and walking around. Yeah, it was just like, oh, like in the cartoons, it was great. And and like there were other people
You
my
strapped
age,
to,
friends of ours, mutual friends of ours.
You strap some tennis rackets onto your feet?
Yeah. And they were like, now James, whatever you do, don't take these snowshoes off.
Yeah.
And we were walking around, and there was like 4 feet of snow.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I bet this snow is hard enough to just walk on.
Yeah, because it kind of seems like, well, how can this really
how can
work?
it really work, right? And so and we're like, James, they told you not to do this. He's like, nah, it's fine. Well, he fell into the snow and almost died. People had to come and rescue him. Then, like, they thought he like had like hypothermia, so we had to go in like this hot bathtub thing. Like, it was a big mess. So, any kids out there listening? Snowshoes, my favorite part of the winter. Any kids out there, keep your dang snowshoes on.
You heard it here first.
Is there any other things that people have to do?
Just keep your snowshoes on, for God's sake.
Keep your nose clean and your snowshoes on. And don't worry, winter will be over soon. It won't be. It's
always longer than you think.
Yeah. Colder.
Sometimes.
More heartbreaking.
Always. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.